saw that couch B was a lot longer. Now, my question for you, Skylar, while you're still here, is I want to now know I'm moving. I want to pick a couch for my space, but I know it needs to be a certain size. Are you able to tell me the length of both of these couches by just looking at them?
Like, no.
Not really? All right, that's okay. And that's why we're going to learn about how to take measurements together. So the first method I want to talk about, especially because we are in a remote setting, so some of us might not have rulers, some of us might not have ways to take measurements, but I have a secret for all of you. I need you to get up close to the screen. I need you to be listening to my secret because there is a really important secret. Sophia, too, close to the speaker, or close to the screen. Jesse, I need you in your seat. Kofi's super ready to hear my secret. Jeremy's ready. Skylar's also ready. Thank you for your help, Skylar. Jonay, she is deserving of my secret. My secret is, even if you don't have a ruler, you can take a measurement of something, of an item. So, for example, here, I'm going to take measurements with my hands. So I have hands. Everybody, eyes tracking the screen. This is 1 hand, 2 hands, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Jonay, how many hands long is the first couch? Couch A.
9.
9 hands. Couch A is 9 hands. Thank you, Jonay. I'm now going to do the same thing for the second couch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 hands we have here. Whoa. So now I was able to use my hands because I don't have a ruler on hand. I was able to see that couch A is 9 hands, couch B is 15 hands. So I can go into my new apartment and figure out approximately which one will fit better in my space. This kind of measuring, scholars, is called non-standard measuring or non-standard units. The unit you're using is your hand. Now, non-standard is a really helpful way to estimate how long something is. But the problem here is, scholars, let me see your hands. I want to see your hands in your screen. Let me see hands. I see Jesse's hands, Rashad's hand, Anthony, Jonay, Skylar, great work. Ryan, I want to see your hand up. I want to see everyone's hands because these couches were measured with my hands. But scholars, I have a problem. I see that some of your hands are a little bit different size than mine. Dylan's hand, I think, is a little bit smaller than mine. Jonay, your hand might be a little smaller than mine. So what's our problem here? If Dylan was measuring a couch with his hands, would he get the exact same measurement as I would? Dylan, what do you think?
I think not because my hands are smaller than yours. So if you have smaller hands, than others.
The problem with non-standard measuring, non-standard units, is the same hand and the same person needs to do all of the measuring. So it's accurate if I'm doing it all, but if I ask Dylan to sub in because I want to eat lunch, measurement. So that is why a long measurement. Now here's an introduction to standard measurements. Scholars, I want eyes tracking the screen. We're going to reset. Sophia, too, I need you sitting in your seat, eyes tracking the screen. I've got a bunch of pretty pictures on the screen. I need you to look at them. Jaden, same for you. Derek, eyes tracking the screen. Demeen, camera on. All right, so here is the metric system. Who here has heard of the metric system? Centimeters, meters, who has heard of the metric system before? It is a system of measurement that is the same, so Dylan can use it, I can use it, Michaela can use it, Ryan can use it, anyone can use it, and it's the same every time. This is an example of a metric ruler. So scholars, we remember centimeters because 1 centimeter is approximately the width of your pinky finger. Hold out your pinkies. I want to see pinkies. Again, remember that it is approximately. So like we said, Dylan and I have slightly different pinky finger sizes, but that's okay because it's an approximate number. So our centimeter is approximately the size of a pinky. And we know that 100 centimeters is 1 meter. 100 centimeters is 1 meter. Jarrell, how many meters is 100 centimeters? I see your lips moving. I need you to unmute yourself, bub. You got it. Sending you shine. Unmute yourself. Tell us. All right, for sake of time, I'll go on, but I saw his mouth moving. I know he answered the question. 100 centimeters equals 1 meter. Now, the problem here is that in the United States, we don't use the metric system all that much. In the United States, scientists use it, and a lot of other countries use it. A lot of countries in Europe, a lot of countries in Australia, they use the metric system. We use something a little bit different, and I'm about to introduce that to you as well. So the metric system, we know scientists use it, and we know other countries in the world use it, but not as much us. Centimeters are really helpful to obviously measure our fingers, which are a little bit smaller. I just told you that 1 centimeter is about the width of your pinky. And see this little boy measuring the piece of paper. He could use centimeters to measure that. Great work. That is the metric system. That is the metric system. All right, I'm going to move on. We also know the customary system, So who has heard of inches and feet? Inches and feet, we definitely use in America. We use inches and feet all the time. We use it when we go to the doctor and the doctor tells us if we've grown. I know you are all growing at hyper speed, so we go to the doctor and the doctor says, you grew 8 inches. You grew 4 inches. We use it to measure our height. I am 5'7". That's how we would say that. Rapunzel's hair is so long. Her hair is probably many, many feet long. She would use inches and feet to measure it. And we have a measuring tape right here. Who here has seen a measuring tape before? For next class, I'm gonna get my measuring tape because I have one that I used to measure a bunch of stuff too. I see Logan's seen one before. I think Derek's seen one before. Kofi's seen one. Great work, scholars. So we know 1 inch. This is a ruler. This is a ruler. 1 inch is approximately 2 fingers put together. So the width from here to here is 1 inch. Let me see your 2 fingers. Put up your 2 fingers. Show me that you understand what an inch is. I'm scanning. I see Tamaya understands what an inch is. She's holding up 2 fingers. Kason, great job. You're holding up 2 fingers. This is 1 inch. Damien, 2 fingers. Oh, amazing work, scholars. This is 1 inch. And last, but certainly not least, we need to understand what a foot is. A foot. So let's get an understanding. A foot is about from your elbow to your wrist. Gabby, let me see you point to your elbow and drag your finger along your arm all the way to your fist, or all the way to your wrist. Great job, Matthew. Great job, Tamaya. Great job, Jade, Michaela. I really love to see all of my scholars participating. From your elbow, drag it up to your wrist. That is approximately 1 foot. So who here knows how tall they are? Who here can tell me how tall they are? Did you go to the doctor recently? Gabby, how tall are you?
I think I'm between 52 and 53 heights.
Height, what's the unit?
Inches.
52 and 53 inches.
Well, but I'm usually 53 inches tall.
Remind me, Gabby, what tells us what is about 1 inch?
It tells about 1 inch is that 12 inches equals like 1 foot.
That is excellent, and I was just gonna get there. 1 inch, the way we can know 1 inch is it's 2 fingers pushed together, just like this. Let me see your 2 fingers, Gabby. It is crazy that you are 53 of this. 53 inches. If I went like this all the way up Gabby's body, she would be 53 of those. Good work. And just like Gabby told us, 12 inches is 1 foot. 12 inches is 1 foot. Jesse, how many inches is 1 foot?
12 inches.
12 inches is 1 foot. Julian, how many inches is 1 foot?
1 foot is 12 inches.
All right, I'm going to ask another scholar, Matthew. 12 inches is?
12 inches is 1 foot.
I think 100% of you get it, and I'm so, so proud of you. 12 inches is 1 foot. So if this is 1 inch right here, a ruler has 12 of them. So one full ruler is 12 inches. All right, I'm going to move on because you all get it so well. Standard units. So what very attentive scholar can tell me what 2 systems of measurement we learned about today? I'll give you a clue. There's one on the board. And there's one that we talked about, centimeters and meters. Tamaya, what is one system of measurement we learned about today?
One length is
One system of measurement we learned about today is there, it's right on the screen right here. What does this say? Customary. Customary. So one system of measurement we learned about today is customary. Skyla, can you tell us what the other was? We learned about customary and we learned about what does this say, Skyla? Metric. I see your mouth moving. I can't really hear you, but I know you know the answer. We learned about metric and we learned about customary. Great work. We are going to move on. So in order for us to estimate, we need to take guesses. When we are estimating, it means to guess. So I'll tell you how we do that. I have my water bottle right here. Can you see my water bottle? It keeps me hydrated throughout the school day. This is my water bottle. I want to estimate how long it is, how tall it is. From bottom to top, how tall is this object? So step 1, I look at the object. So scholars, I want you to take 5 seconds and find an item in your house nearby. Don't go anywhere. I just want you to grab an object. Let's see who has an object to measure. I'm scanning. I see, ooh, Anthony's got a book. Gabby's got a cup. These are great items, guys. Logan's got a remote control. Ooh. Queen Jade, she has a pencil, and you can measure that. Baby Tamaya's got a box. I'm seeing great objects. These are really great items to measure. So as I look at my object, I'm going to measure from bottom to top. I'm going to look at the object and decide which unit is the best to measure my object. So I told you a foot is about the elbow to the wrist. Is the foot a good use of measurement? Oh my goodness, I think my water bottle is about 1 foot tall. Would you all agree with me? Can you see? Would you all agree? Would you make that same estimation? Michaela would. I see a hands up. Gabby's excited. My water bottle's 1 foot long. Jonay is super excited for me. I have a foot long water bottle. So using my eyes and my brain, I'm guessing how many units long it is, and then I'll write it down. So estimating is, what is estimating, Amy? Estimating means to am I taking my ruler and am I measuring? Is that what I do? What is it?
Is it watermelon? It probably is because it has.
Estimating means to guess. What does estimating mean, Amy?
I couldn't hear because my iPad is like a lot of glitchy and
That's okay.
Like,
I
I
think
don't have
someone was
that.
also unmuted, so I muted them, so now I can hear you perfectly. So what does it mean to estimate, Amy?
Estimate mean to think how much you think the measurement is.
Correct. It means to guess. So your key word was to think about how long it measures. I'm not going to take my ruler and measure it yet. I want to think about it first. So we want, obviously, to estimate really close to the actual height or length of the item. So scholars, if I looked at my water bottle and I said, I think this is 5 feet tall, would you call me silly? I want to see heads shaking because that is the silliest thing I have said all day. This is not 5 feet tall. That is a very silly estimate. We want to be using our eyes and our brains to make our estimates. So my first question, I wanted to measure my computer screen so I could get a new laptop cover. I estimated my screen was about 2 inches long. When I measured, I found out it was 13 inches long. Was my estimate reasonable? Was my estimate reasonable? Who can tell me? Edward, was my estimate reasonable? What do you think?
I think it was.
Why do you think my estimate was reasonable?
I think it was because you took a good look at the objects and look and
Wow, Edward, you give me a little bit too much credit, and I appreciate that. You think I am a great looker and I use my eyes and my brain, but I don't agree. I don't think that that was a reasonable estimate. What a reasonable estimate means is that it's about near what the real true measurement is. So a reasonable estimate for my water bottle, if Gabby told us 12 inches is 1 foot. So if I said, I think my water bottle is about 11 inches, I was spot on. My estimate was reasonable. I was really close to the correct answer. But if I said my water bottle is 5 feet long, Edward, I don't think I used my eyes or my brain very well. So I don't think my estimate was reasonable because it's really far away from what the actual screen size was. I predicted it was going to be 2 inches. It was 13. That's a very, very, very different answer. All right. Kofi, I see your hand raised and you really want to share something. Tell us, do you have experience with measurements?
Yeah, so like I also want to share that a reasonable estimate is like when you're really close to the answer. And one time when I was estimating before, I guess that that someone was 3 inches and 3 feet and 8 centimeters, and the answer was actually 3 feet and 9 centimeters.
I agree, Kofi. It is when you're really close to the right answer and that You were so close to that, right?
I was 1 centimeter away.
So it might as well have been correct. You're right. That is exactly what an estimate means. And with that story, thank you, Kofi, we are going to move into independent practice because you are going to practice understanding if an estimate is reasonable or not. So before we do that, I want to look at this PowerPoint and show you. It is really important, and we're going to work on this more tomorrow, to decide which unit is best for measuring the object. Kofi, can I see your head in the screen, because I know you have experience with measurements. Would it be smart for me to use feet to measure crayons? No, because feet are bigger and crayons are tiny. So even 1 foot is too big to measure a crayon. So I'm going to use inches to measure, or even centimeters to measure my crayons. Would it be, Kaysen, let me see your head in the screen so I can see a yes or a no. I want to see a head shake. Kaysen, head forward. Kaysen, can you hear me? Head into the screen. Kaysen, are you listening? Let me see a head nod. All right, I don't see a head nod, Kaysen. I need you to be focusing and paying attention. Who is framed in the screen and is ready to work? Oh, Kaysen, you're shaking your head now. I'm looking at you. Do you think I should use centimeters to measure a whole house? Thank you, Kaysen. I see that you have your packet out. That's great. Do you think, I want to see your head now. Do you think that it would be smart to measure a whole house in centimeters? Do you think it would be smart? Yes or no? No, centimeters, that would take so long to measure a house in centimeters. I think instead, using feet is smarter. All right, so teachers, we are going to go into independent practice now. I spliced this together. It is questions numbers 5, the first part of 6, and 7. If you want to screenshot this, feel free. Scholars, you have your packets in front of you now. You have a pencil ready to work with your teacher. You can cross off every other number but 5, 6, and 7. I know these are challenge problems, but I know you can do it. So we're going to work on these today during our independent practice.
I just have a quick question. I'm doing the breakout rooms. I just assign 2 and then keep the rest in the main room with me.
And you can give me a group as well, Miss Brooke.
Yep, I have your group with your kids, and then I have Miss Chung's group with her kids. And then I split up Miss Jones and the rest stay with me.
Yeah, so you have your group as normal, and then Miss Jones just gets split across Miss Chung, my group, and your group.
Okay, just give me one second.
Hey, Queen Jade, I saw that you had your hand up before. Did you want to share a measuring story while we wait for Miss Burrell to put us in breakout rooms? What were you going to share?
I was not going to share anything.
Oh, but did you understand? You were raising your hand to help me with participation?
Yes.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I see that all of you are really paying attention. Measurement is so, so, so important so that we can use it in everyday life. Like I said, I'm moving apartments soon. Mohamedou agrees. It's really important to be good. Gabby agrees. Great work, everybody. I'm moving apartments soon. There's no way I know what couch can fit in there, what table can fit in there, unless I measure.
Gonna open the breakout rooms now.
Thank you.
Hi, scholars. I'm going to go ahead and put the question up on the screen. Like what Miss Chung said, we're going to focus on 5, 6, and 7. They're the ones you really want to make sure we get done.